You could not write a better script than what is happening right now. What's playing out right now, you could not write a better script. This is like the WWE to me. Really, Obama is now rallying the protesters? Of course he is. Of course. This is why I say sometimes, folks, you got to look beyond even the chess game that's being played, the hand, the elites. This is like a fun game to them. This is a fun game. I'm telling you, this is the Hunger Games playing out in real time right now. You're telling me really that Obama, as much trouble that he's in right now with Michelle, are going to put out a statement on the protesters, supporting the protesters, saying everyone should find inspiration in the protests, thus propelling us into more protests and chaos. Come on. Look, this is the last hand of the Democrats. This is it. This is their panic button move. We're here. We're here now. This is it. Get ready. I'm going to do a show with John Pounders tomorrow about lockdowns. These will be, lockdowns are coming. You better mark this damn podcast right here. I'm saying it first. Lockdowns are coming, and they will be voluntary. Sporting events will close. The protests will get so out of hand in all states. It's coming, probably this year. Protests will get so out of hand that you'll lock yourself down yourself. You won't go out, and you'll have AI companions. And I have Craig Lund, the author for Silicon Satan, coming on. Well, we already recorded the show. That'll be up. I'll put that up tomorrow. I have Joshua Reed going up on Nino's Corner.tv today, talking about Signalgate, the protests, the infiltration, the moles, the plants, the scouts. They're all there in Minnesota. Just like I said, there's people with ICE agents, or there's agents, feds in regular clothing, documenting everything that's happening, putting everybody in a database, essentially. They got their side doing the same thing, and they're airing out the ICE agents. So we are now in a soft civil war, and it's happening in Minnesota, Minneapolis. It's already kicked off. And folks, I'm telling you, it's not ripe yet. This still needs to get a little more escalated. Actually, a lot more. This needs to escalate a lot more. And people will be like, God, why won't he invoke the Insurrection Act? Just wait. There's more coming. Folks, hit the notification button. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please also Venmo. If you have a question for me on there, 𝗫-ROD1977. Sometimes I take my parents out to, well, I haven't been able to take them out to dinner, but I bring dinner to them. I appreciate all donations at Venmo, 𝗫-ROD1977. Also, When the Lights Go Out, the book I wrote on my own. I didn't use a ghostwriter, nothing like that. I wrote this on my own. It was very therapeutic, very cathartic. That's on Amazon. From survivor to champion. I need to write a second book because my life completely turned around since then. So there's that. And then my mama's book, obviously, she's never going to write another book again. The Mexican Mix. This is her first and final book because her dementia is so far gone. My dear mom, The Mexican Mix. But you'll see what a bright lady she really was in this book. And I'm trying not to talk about her past tense, but I love my mom. But I really feel like, dementia, it's like you're not the same person ever again. And that's from out of that. Also, folks, get your red light therapy. Red light therapy. Are you seeing more friends and family diagnosed with cancer? Or has it happened to you? 1 in 2 people are going to be suffering from this here on out. Turbo cancer is now a global crisis. But there's hope. Thousands of clinical studies show therapies that work. One PubMed study found that 660 nanometer wavelength reduced breast cancer growth by 40% in just 24 hours. Another on prostate cancer saw 49% remission in over 400 participants. A lymphoma pilot study, all 3 patients came back cancer-free. Want to learn more? Investigative medical journalist Jonathan Otto reveals how red light therapy with proven wavelengths can help with cancer, tinnitus, weight loss, wrinkles, dementia, anxiety, autoimmune disease, and more. And I'm going to say it helps with depression and anxiety. That's for me. Now, That's just my opinion. You can even try red light therapy device risk-free with a 60-day money-back guarantee, 3-year warranty, folks, and flexible financing. Visit myredlight.com to watch the free training and claim limited time bonuses. Use coupon code, well, it says David here, but I'm sure Nino 25, Nino 30 work. It's down there. The link is down below, folks. Get started on some red light therapy. And, folks, Nino's Corner.tv is absolute fire. If you want to stay sane in what's coming and be a leader amongst your peers, tune into Nino's Corner.tv. There's no place like it. I bring the best guests and keeps your head on straight, keeps you level-headed. You're going to need it for what's coming. I'm telling you this right now. What's coming will be, you won't want to leave your home. It's going to be that bad. Go to Nino's Corner.tv. We have our own community there. I do Ringside with Nino. The next Ringside with Nino will be Thursday the 29th. So when you don't want to go outside because of the protests or just people being really mean to you, yeah, you have a group at Nino's Corner.tv Ringside with Nino. That's just $11.99 a month. Ringside with Nino. And it's this Thursday, the 29th. I'll be doing it again, 5 p.m. Also, General's Tent. That's the next step up. General's Tent is the Ghost this time around. This is Tuesday the 27th. So, damn, tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? It sure is. Tomorrow, General's Tent with a Ghost. 5 p.m. tomorrow. General's Tent with a Ghost. And then the next day, wow. No, Thursday. Jeez, man, I'm out of it today. The 29th, Ringside with Nino. Joshua Reed is going up today. I'm putting that up right after this broadcast. Joshua Reed is going up talking about the civil unrest, Signal Gate, everything that's happening in Minneapolis, where it's going to lead. We war game it right there in front of you all on Nino's Corner.tv. Jim Willie's coming on. Jim Willie. People love Jim Willie. Everett Triplets coming on, talking about the EMP. John Pounders, Timothy Alberino coming on, talking about the Giants. The Giants. According to Timothy Alberino, he believes they're the Nephilim, but there's places all over the world where these things still exist. And he's going to go into that on my show. And why are they so hidden from the public, and why? Why are they such a secret? They'll talk about aliens all day long, but they don't dare talk about the Giants. Why? Are they the Nephilim? We'll get into it. Also, Amanda Grace is coming on. Larry Ballard's coming back on. And Wano Saban's up right now in that doubleheader. So this is Nino's Corner.tv's fire, folks. It'll be your place, your safe place when the chaos kicks off. All right, folks. You might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, folks. Yeah. Let's go. All right. Yeah. I keep you all sane in the time of the apocalypse. It's getting nutty out there. Nuttier than elephant shit. You know, here we are. We all feel it. We all know it. And now Obama comes out with an official statement with him and his Big Mike. An official statement saying, I hope you find inspiration. Inspiration. We can all find inspiration. Do you realize what he's doing? He is now rallying the left as civil unrest erupts further. That's what he's doing. So Obama calls on every American to support and draw inspiration from Minneapolis anti-ICE protests to hold our government accountable. Really? This is the lane you're picking, huh? I swear, folks, I think this is a big game the elite are playing, and it's one hand controlling it all. You can't script this any better. I knew this was coming. I've talked about this for 5 years. I said Obama will be the leader of the left, and Trump will be the leader of the right. They will clash, and it's a casino royale for all the marbles. This is it. And just on time, right on time, Obama rises to the occasion like I knew he would. So Antifa prepares and organizes for civil war, basically. Civil war as 34 Western Hemisphere militaries convene February 11th for unconventional warfare. They're being summoned. It's like, hey, pick a lane. And 𝗀𝗂 talks about this on Nino's Corner.tv. And so it begins, folks. I'm going to tell you this right now. 2026 will not look like 2025, 24, 23, 22, 21, 2019, none of it. This is going to be a record year for craziness. I'm telling you that right now. You thought 2020 was bad? This is going to be crazier regarding protests and riots. It's kicking off. They're playing their card now. So this is not going to slow down or fizzle out. And if my theory's right, and if my theory is right, both sides want this to escalate right now. Because why? The Democrats know Trump is going to make a move for the elections of 2026 midterms, and it's going to be a move of an executive order to where they know this is coming, so they got to start the chaos now. This is their final panic move. Well, not to mention, we also have a big scare event. And I think we're going to get to a point where terrorism becomes, not every month, every couple months, but every day. Something crazy is going to happen to where you stay home. And then you go to your AI companion app and you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Telling you, this is where it's going. This is where society is going. And this has been well designed and orchestrated and engineered by the very powerful elites at the top. Lock them up. No. Have them do it themselves. and then they will go to the AI companion apps and lose human connection forever. That's where I see this going, man. I'm serious. So we've always known this would be their final move, chaos and civil unrest. They will activate all assets, such as a time as now. So it turns out they are much more organized than anyone could have thought or expect. They have everyday ordinary people acting as scouts, moles, and plans all over Minneapolis. And believe me, in your city as well. So they've been organizing, planning, and orchestrating for exactly this time. You'll see more politicians, law enforcement, and celebrities openly calling out ICE, having zero regard for the criminals they're truly protecting. So that's going to be the new trend. Remember, during 2020, the trend was to go out and get one of these in your shoulder. Pop, 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 pop. Now the new trend is hate ICE. You're going to see it on red carpets. You're going to see it in commercial. I mean, I'm serious. You're going to see it everywhere. It's going to be the new trend. They're going to jump on this bandwagon. All the celebrities, athletes taking knees in games, kick out ICE. I'm telling you, it's coming. So prepare. Be ready. Be mentally ready for this shit because it's coming. They're all going to have an opinion, and you know what they say about that? They're all like assholes. They all stink, and everybody's got one. They're going to be voicing their opinions at functions, engagements, red carpet events, having zero regard on the criminals they're actually protecting. This is coming. Mark my words. But this also needs to happen because why? There's going to be one big move Trump makes, national emergency, executive order, and he's going to swoop in and clickety-clank, 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 off to the 𝗬𝗃 you go. Yeah. All right. So James O'Keefe writes on X, urgent update. I've never experienced anything quite like today in my life. I've interacted with the cartel and have witnessed some crazy things in the desert in 24. Welcome to my world. But what strikes me is how organized these agitators are in Minneapolis. They have spotters everywhere in the city and suburbs, on street corners, even 30 minutes away from downtown. They have people in hotels or people that work at hotels and signal to them which made it which making it difficulty for us to lose our tail once my cover is blown. Usually, I can lose a tail. Not this time. We've switched locations 3 times. I recorded and posted this while leaving, I think it says 𝗬𝗂𝗧𝗂, while they were still surveilling. We all agreed we must make these threats public ASAP, even if we had people still in the field with the hidden cams. Earlier around noon, while Cam Higby released his report on the signal threads, I was inside what appeared to be fully autonomous zone. No police presence. The police were told to leave. The police were told to leave. This is how organized these people are. I identified myself as press, and they said they will kill press and will not let me leave. My skin was fully covered because it was so cold. But because they couldn't verify who I was, they screamed and started throwing ice bottles at us. One hit my friend, a Marine who was with me. They patted him down like they were the authorities, attempting to confiscate any weapons. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They were set to destroy our vehicle before we even got to it. I will have a full video report shortly, but the bigger picture here is more important. I am angry, but not at the agitators. I find myself already angry at the people who don't understand what we're dealing with and will do nothing about it. When I got to the suburbs, I felt like I was in a simulation. I believe the American people need to wake up. This moment is a warning about where we're headed. Yeah, we're headed there, folks. I'm telling you, lockdowns will become a norm. Fear pushes people to care only about their money and their families. I get it. But when fear turns inward, when self-preservation and greed replace moral courage, evil goes unchallenged. And history shows that what we ignore today will come for us all tomorrow. Ironically and incredibly, I see that these communists do not fear death in the same way most good people seem to. The only thing these communists fear is exposure itself. And that's good news because it may be our only option. I'm dead serious about investigating the prosecutors themselves if they don't hold these Minnesota fraudsters and violent mobsters accountable for what they've done. This is how out of hand this shit's getting. This is getting crazy. Yes, sexual chocolate. Yeah. All right. Barack Obama issues rare political statement condemning DHS over 𝗦𝗧𝗰𝗶𝗹. God, you couldn't, these names, dude, these names. Renee Good, 𝗦𝗧𝗰𝗶𝗹. I mean, is anybody else thinking the same thing here? I mean, it's like a WWE script. Former President Barack Obama directly condemned President Trump. Of course he did. For the death of 𝗦𝗧𝗰𝗶𝗹 in Minneapolis, saying this has to stop, and accused his successor of being eager to escalate the situation. Oh, really? Really? In a rare overt critique on the current administration, the killing of 𝗦𝗧𝗰𝗶𝗹 is a heartbreaking tragedy, Obama said in a statement posted to X on Sunday. It should also be a wake-up call to every American, regardless of party, that many of our core values as a nation are increasingly under assault. If you impede or interfere with an investigation, which they're getting these criminals that broke the law out of our country, and you go there and you interfere, shit happens. It happens. You shouldn't do that. They're getting these people out of the country for you so you can have a better life. But nah, these folks, I have no doubt in my mind that these people are they're just headline readers, right? They just read the headline and they're impulsive and they're reactionary and very low IQ. Very, very low IQ. I'm going to say this again. Very low IQ, to the point that they'll read the headline, do zero research, and react off that headline, react off the news. These people are extremely low IQ. Extremely. That's what we're dealing with. Superman. Yay. This is where we're at. This is it. And Obama's going to rally the left. This is how it's going to go down. And it's going to get worse. But it needs to. It needs to. Obama's statement came a day after protester 𝗶𝗶𝗶, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, he should have known better. This is a grown adult. Was shot dead by Border Patrol agents in a hail of bullets on a Minneapolis street. 𝗏𝗏 was allegedly carrying a loaded firearm. When he put himself between the feds and a woman, they were pepper spraying. Agents were attempting to arrest him and pulled the gun from his belt. They then fired a burst of about 10 shots at him. Now, there's video all over the place about this. And fuck around, find out, man. Fuck around, find out. I don't know what else to say. Don't do these things. You're an adult. 37 years of life, 37 years of life, and you don't understand danger, the element of danger. 37 years of life, you're going to go fuck with police officers while they're trying to do an investigation, and you have a gun on you? You can't make this shit up. This is the purge of people that are Protesters lay siege to Minneapolis hotel in chaotic scene amid unrest in wake of Alex Preddy shooting. Protesters raging against ICE stormed a Minnesota hotel where they suspected federal agents had been staying amid destruction and unrest following the fatal shooting of Alex Preddy. So they're now so emboldened that they're going to hotels and barging into them, breaking into them, trying to find the ICE agents. They've become their own force, rogue police force, own laws, everything. This is like pure anarchy, man. Pure anarchy. The chaos unfolded outside the home suites by Hilton Hotel in Minneapolis on Sunday night, one day after the 37-year-old ICU nurse was fatally shot by Border Patrol agents in the sanctuary city. Protesters bashed windows and spray painted the hotel's facade in jaw-dropping videos from the heated demonstration. Others chanted and paced in front of the building. Many of the mob wore masks. Well, they're wearing masks now, aren't they? Just like ICE. So this is where we're at. As they descended on the scene at around 9 p.m., banging on garbage bins and bells. Someone vandalized the glass window at the Hilton's entrance with bright red spray paint reading ICE out of MPLS. One person pounding on a garbage pail held a sign that read, "No justice, no peace." Rioters tried to burst through the front door, but were unsuccessful and continued their commotion in the street, according to the New York Post. The alarming scene continued for more than an hour without police intervening. So the police did not even intervene. Think about that for a second. They didn't even intervene. So what does that tell you? They're being told to stand down. And a lot of them are probably very liberal. This has all the makings for a civil war. And I'm telling you now, the whole point of this podcast, you will be locking yourselves in. That's what they're banking on this. Lockdowns will be voluntary. The coming lockdowns will be voluntary because the shit will get so out of hand. But then the military comes and cleans this shit up. My only question is, and I know a lot of you are pure Trump supporters. I get it. So am I. I'm emotionally invested in this shit, as you can tell. Is this all one big game? Is this all one big thought out game? Have Trump bring in the military when they cannot take it anymore. And then they will get used to the military on the streets. And we will have achieved our police state. I don't know. My mind goes everywhere with this. And, call me crazy. Call me crazy. I'm just saying I don't know. Excuse me for thinking. Is that not allowed anymore? I don't know, man. Historic summit, all 34 Western Hemisphere militaries convening February 11th. Now, this is interesting. So as Obama rallies the left, Trump is rallying the right and the military. Now, yes, I'm still with Trump. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. Calm down. General Dan, I understand the operation fully and completely. I get very good information. General Dan Kane just called the first ever full assembly of military leaders from every nation in the Western Hemisphere. This doesn't happen by accident. You don't summon every military chief in the region unless you're coordinating something massive. Drug cartels, regional realignment, all of it probably. The message is unmistakable. Washington's consolidating control over the entire hemisphere militarily. No country gets out of this one. This is power projection at the highest level. So why? Because they know what's coming. They know what the Democrats have created, have organized, the protests, the riots, the civil unrest. They know it's coming, the terrorist events. They know it's coming, and the militaries all need to be on board. And what's more important, and even more important than that, is the sheriffs. But hey, some of the sheriffs are going to be compromised for such a time as now as well. Just saying it, it's obvious. So the Democratic cities, you better damn well believe the police and the sheriffs will be compromised. Just my opinion, of course. So this is where we're headed. Okay, and it starts now. Hope everyone's doing good today. I've been doing this black coffee, red eye coffee at Starbucks, man. It gets me flying. Gets me going. Yeah, with 2 extra shots of espresso. I still take my blood pressure medicine at night. Don't worry. All right, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor 𝗂𝗂𝗶𝗹 have been subpoenaed by the DOJ. The Justice Department has issued grand jury subpoenas to multiple government officials in Minnesota, including Minneapolis Mayor 𝗂𝗂𝗶𝗹 and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, expanding the agency's probe, alleging that Minnesota officials conspired to impede law enforcement amid the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison and St. Paul Mayor 𝗀𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗍, God, these names are weird, have also been subpoenaed. NPR has not yet confirmed reports that other state and local leaders have also been issued subpoenas. So that's at least a move in the right direction, a good move in the right direction. So let's get to some Canada news. What do you say, folks? Trump Truth Social on Canada. If Governor Carney thinks he is going to make Canada a drop-off port for China to send goods and products into the United States, he is sorely mistaken. China will eat Canada alive, completely devour it, including the destruction of their businesses, social fabric, and general way of life. If Canada makes a deal with China, it will immediately be hit with 100% tariff against all Canadian goods and products coming into the USA. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then what happens? Well, here's what happens next. Carney says Canada has no plans to pursue a free trade agreement with China as Trump threatens tariffs. So Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said Sunday his country has no plans or intention of pursuing a free trade deal with China. He was responding to U.S. President Donald Trump's threat to impose 100% tariff on goods import from Canada if America's northern neighbor went ahead with a trade deal with Beijing. Carney said his recent agreement with China merely cuts tariffs on a few sectors that were recently hit with tariffs. Trump claims otherwise, posting that China is successfully and completely taking over the once great country of Canada. So sad to see it happen. I only hope they leave ice hockey alone, President DJT says. All right, folks, time for my next, my mid-roll. I'll make this as painless as possible. All right, folks, I'm talking to you. You ever feel that tingling numbness, that sharp pain shooting through your hands or feet like you've gone 12 rounds with the mat itself? Well, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you could change the fight for good. For years in the ring, I pushed through pain every single day. But the real battle didn't start under the bright lights. It started when the gloves came off and the pain wouldn't quit. Then I heard about something wild, a tiny seed that's backed by 33 years of real clinical research. Doctors say it helps restore healthy nerve function, relieving pain, numbness, and tingling while keeping your blood sugar balanced. And get this, Big Pharma tried to bury it. Yeah, they didn't want the world to know about the natural game changer. And yes, folks, I take this. But now one gutsy doctor is bringing it back to light. And you better believe I had to use it. I had to see it for myself. Imagine stepping out of bed without pain, sleeping through the night without burning in your feet. That's not a dream. That's what happens when you take back control. Hit the link down below, folks, myprimal.life/Nino. Don't wait for the bell. Hey, yo, don't wait for the bell. This 𝗀𝗍𝗂𝗁𝗃 could be a knockout punch your body's been waiting for. Hey, yo, remember, pain may have knocked you down, but it doesn't have to keep you there. Yeah. Primal nerve. This stuff works, man. I got, believe it or not, when I got stabbed in the throat, when they slit my throat behind my back, a bunch of thugs came and slit my throat, 369 stitches. I had no nerve damage. The doctor couldn't figure it out. I have no tingling, no weird sensation in my face, nothing. Absolutely. I mean, I got the weird looking scar, the Nike swoosh, but other than that, nothing, which thank you, God. But everywhere else hurts. Yeah, everywhere else hurts. My body hurts, not going to lie. So Wall Street apes say, Peter Schweizer exposes Mexico runs 53 consulates in the United States, and they're organizing the ICE protest. Let me say that again. Wondering where this is coming from? Peter Schweizer exposes Mexico that runs 53 consulates in the United States, and they're organizing ICE protests. Yep, you heard that right. Mexico has 53 consulates, and I started looking at what Mexico was doing with those consulates. I found out they're organizing protests. They're still organizing some of these anti-ICE protests. They've got a consulate up in the Twin Cities right now that's neck deep in what's going on in Minneapolis. So there you go, folks. So now community members, and this is really picking up, community members with rifles stand guard in Minneapolis where armed man was shot. So now you got these people. I know you all have seen the videos, right? These bearded liberals. What do you call them? Beardos? The feminine guys with the they don't have the masculine beard. They have the feminine beard. It's a little different. It's a little bit different. Oh, boy. And they're standing out there with guns. Breitbart News reported the fatal shooting, which DHS said was the result of an agent firing defensive shots after a man with a 9mm handgun approached and then violently resisted. I mean, how convenient just to not even research this or look into this. He had a 9mm handgun on him, and he's resisting arrest, fighting with ICE agents. So DH noted that the man also had 2 magazines and no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. That man, now identified as Alex Preddy, succumbed to his wounds after being shot. Tonight, at least 2 men with rifles are standing guard at the spot where the incidents took place. So these are some big badasses. All right, we're going to hold down the fort. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are. So this is going to be the norm. This is what's happening to our country right now. And I'm telling you this here and now, this will escalate and lockdowns will be a norm. Voluntary lockdowns. You'll be doing it to yourself because you're not going to want to go outside. You're not going to want to see these people at the grocery store. I'm sure you already don't. Shit, I see people all the time that I'm like, oh, fuck. I have to walk the other direction. And plus, me, I'm very opinionated. I'm very open to what I believe. But they also know I'm fucking crazy. I'm very fucking crazy. Sancho has no filter. Oh, boy. So tens and thousands continue to gather. So they're continuing to gather downtown Minneapolis for Ice Out Day. Tens and thousands of Minnesotans marched in downtown Minneapolis Friday in a negative 30-degree wind chill to protest the federal government's continuing surge of immigration enforcement, demanding civil rights and withdrawal of 3,000 officers sent here by the administration of President Donald Trump. So remember what happened last year in the summer with L.A., when the L.A. riots kicked off? Gotta let it get to that point. Let them get a little more out of control, and hopefully this spreads to more states. Yeah, I'm saying it. Because then we come in and clean house. Okay. You saw what we did in Venezuela with those frequency weapons. Now imagine crowd control. Yeah. So it's not going to stop. They're going to get more emboldened. And I think, I was talking to Josh about this, Joshua Reed. I was like, dude, for Canada to really double down and triple down on China, knowing what we have, what America has, they must know something's coming to America. They got to know, why are they in bed with China? They've got to know that something's going to hit America, and it's probably going to be China. That's why they're in bed with them, and they're waiting for something to happen. I'm betting on this. There's something up China's sleeve, man, and I just believe that. I believe it. So, GOP senator after fatal Minneapolis shooting, the credibility of ICE and DHS are now at stake. Of course, Senator Bill Cassidy on Saturday expressed concern about Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and the Department of Homeland Security's DHS reputation following another fatal shooting in Minnesota. The events in Minneapolis are incredibly disturbing. The credibility of ICE and DHS are all at stake. There must be full joint federal and state investigation. We can trust the American people with the truth. So everyone's picking a lane. Everyone's picking a lane now, and this is where we're at. This is the beginnings of a civil war. And I'm not saying we're going to get there. I'm not saying we're going to get into a full-scale civil war and there's going to be the Union and the Confederates. No. I'm just saying this will get to civil unrest. Remember the movie Leave the World Behind on Netflix, folks? Who's the one that created that movie? Who promoted that movie? Produced that movie? It was the Obamas. They tell you what they're gonna do before they do it. It's a game to them, man. This is a fucking game to them, and we're all playing into it. It's time to wake up and really take our future back. A slew of international airlines are canceling flights to the Middle East destinations, including Israel, amid Iran tensions. So we got a fleet out there right now. I'm expecting bombs to be dropped any moment, to be quite honest with you. Lufthansa, Air France, and Air Canada among the top carriers canceling their flights. Several major airlines, including, is it Lufthansa? Alex, how do you say that? Lufthansa? You know this.
Yeah, Lufthansa, I think.
Lufthansa, is it? Okay. I think everyone likes that you come on and check my AO reading. That's pretty good. Air France, KLM, Royal Dutch Airlines, and Swiss have canceled their Saturday flights to the Middle East destinations, including Israel, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, according to flight information published on airport websites, amid fears of a conflict involving Iran. So this is getting ready to kick off as well. United Airways and Air Canada have also canceled their flights to Israel amid intense speculation that a U.S. strike targeting Iran may be in the offing. So this is going to happen soon. Thursday, U.S. President Donald Trump spoke of an armada heading towards Iran, adding he hoped he would not have to use it, as he renewed warnings to Tehran against murdering protesters for restarting its nuclear program. Oh, boy. Trump administration weighs naval blockade to halt Cuban oil imports. The Trump administration is weighing new tactics to drive regime change in Cuba, including imposing a total blockade on oil imports to the Caribbean country. 3 people familiar with the plan said Thursday the escalation has been sought by some critics of the Cuban government in the administration and backed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, according to 2 of the 3 people who were granted anonymity to discuss the sensitive discussions. No decision has been made on whether to approve that move. but it could be among the suite of possible actions presented by Donald Trump. So you've heard 𝗬𝗏 talk about this many times on my program, especially on Nino's Corner.tv. Cuban Missile Crisis 2.0 is coming. And by the way, folks, I'm going to do another live today with 𝗀𝗏𝗶𝗹 on silver. He's the Noble Gold investments expert. I'm going to be going live with him, I believe, at 2 p.m. If you want to catch that, we're going to be talking about investing in silver, gold, a financial report. That'll be at 2 p.m. today, Mountain Standard Time. Just saying. Winter storm live updates, 9 dead, thousands without power as snow, ice coat U.S. It actually snowed in El Paso. I can't believe that. So snow was coming down in El Paso. It lasted a good 2 hours and then gone. Sun came out. It's over. Bipolar weather in El Paso. So obviously nothing lasts here. But everywhere else, 9 dead, thousands without power. I'm sure the death toll will rise. As winter storm blasts U.S., at least 9 people have died and more than 1 million customers have no power. As a fierce winter storm continues its damaging trek across the United States with ice, sleet, and freezing rain, overloading electrical lines and trees. Oh, wow. Wow. And as I said, the celebrities will all be taking pot shots at Trump, ICE. Natalie Portman comes out, slams ICE brutality, and calls out awards for shutting out 𝗬𝗏𝗶𝗹. So more and more of these self-entitled social justice warriors. You got Stephen Curry now coming out. Folks, I'll be honest with you. I heard about the NFL game, about the halftime show. I watched the playoffs. I think that's as good as it's going to get. I don't care who wins the Super Bowl, Patriots or the who is it? Patriots or Seahawks, is it? I don't care. I don't care. At this point now, I'm gonna boycott the NFL. I'm gonna boycott the game. I'm not watching it. We all know what this is, the halftime show. Hold them accountable. That's all I can say. Don't watch it. I mean, this is where we're at now. So I'm not gonna watch the Super Bowl. I'm not watching it. I have no interest in this shit. So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and I'm not gonna give them a cent of my money. I'm not gonna give them ratings. None of that shit. Imagine kids watching this. Who knows what they're gonna put out there on the halftime show? But Bad Bunny in a dress. You got young kids watching this shit. I'm done with this. Also, in other news, OnlyFans star, 20 years old, reported missing after she was reportedly abducted at gunpoint. So I guess that's what we're calling it now, right? Stars, people on camera that are they're stars now. Is that what we're gonna do? So see, this is all part of it. This is all part of the design. Oh, she's a star. Oh, she's a star. She gets naked on the camera. Yeah. Yes, we're very. Who's really the sucker here, right? Some of these OnlyFans stars make millions. They can make $1 million a month or more. Do you know that? These people are like, I'm talking filthy rich. And strip clubs are going out of business because of this. Yeah, they're going out of business. Why go to a place, go to a venue and get touched by all these gross guys when you can do it on camera, they say. So strip clubs are closing down. There's been 2 strip clubs in El Paso that closed down. Nobody's going to them anymore. Everyone just does everything from home. That's why I'm saying these next lockdowns, voluntary lockdowns, you're going to get more trapped into the system. More trapped. It's coming. Nicole Pardo Molina was abducted at a shopping center in Mexico on January 20th. In a video of the incident, the content creator, she's the content creator, appeared to struggle as she was forced into a vehicle at a parking lot, which promptly sped away after she was inside. Sinaloa's Attorney General's office has activated. I'm so sure they're going to really do anything. Sinaloa's General's office, has activated the 𝗷𝗶𝗶 protocol, a state-level mechanism to search for missing women, and released a missing persons poster with details about her physical appearance. Good luck there. Never finding this person again. Man, I'm telling you, folks, that's how America would be if we didn't start doing these raids right now. And I'm talking, if Kamala Harris would have won, we would have spiraled into a third world country in a matter of months. It'd have been over. And this type of shit that happens in Mexico will be happening. It would be happening in America. So when you're out there protesting and you're interfering with an ICE investigation, yeah, this is who you're protecting. This is exactly who you're protecting. This shit right here. That's what you're protecting. Yeah, that's exactly what you're protecting. So have fun. And you know what? If you go to jail because you're all being tracked and traced and you get your ass, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care. You picked your lane. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, they say. All right, folks, let's get to some what the fuck news in what the fuck news in what the fuck news. This is crazy. I didn't know this was possible, but I guess it is. Anything's possible. Scientists just froze light into something impossible. So, yeah. Now, my mind automatically went to crystals, but let's see. I mean, don't they already freeze light in crystals? I mean, isn't that what a DVD is or television? Isn't that freezing light? I don't know. Well, let's see. Every once in a while, science pulls off something that makes you stop, stare, and rethink everything you learned in school. This is one of those moments. A group of physicists just managed to do something that sounds almost unreal. They turned light, yes, actual light, into a strange, super solid state that behaves like a solid and a liquid at the same time. Here's the wild part. They didn't trap the light in a box or freeze it with some sci-fi gadget. Instead, they used a tiny semiconductor carved with microscopic ridges. This kind of reminds me of Ghostbusters when they used to trap the ghosts into the, I don't remember what it was called, but whatever. When laser light hit it, the light mixed with the material in such a perfect way that it formed new hybrid particles. These particles lined up like a crystal, yet still flowed with zero resistance as the rules of physics were on pause or even suspended. Crazy. A structure that stands still and moves at the same time, unheard of. A material not made from atoms, but from light itself. The kind of super solid has been made before using ultra cold atoms, but doing it with light is something completely new and far easier to control. Some scientists think this could open the door to breakthroughs in quantum technology, photonics, and materials we've never seen imagined yet. We've never even imagined it. So this makes me think if you could trap light, that means, could you time travel with this? I mean, Alex, what do you think about this? I know you're into this stuff.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like it's probably something that was developed in some of these black budget programs, and it's kind of.
But then you have to also think light. All light has a fingerprint, right? So that's time and space. Light. I mean, time travel. I mean, dude. I mean, to me, this is like we're getting one step closer, at least publicly.
Yeah. To
like time travel, traveling the speed of light. If you could trap light, I've never heard of that in my life. I don't know. It's not science fiction anymore. It's happening right now inside real labs. And it might just be the beginning, they say. So this is wild shit.
Wild.
All right. Well, Alex, thanks for joining me, man. All right, folks, we're out of here. Oh, do we have any super chats or none today?
Yeah, let's do super chats real quick.
All right, let's do some super chats. Super chats.
Got a couple here.
Kelly Paneski, you always come through. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Scottness Monster. Hey, Nino, did you know that guy that got shot's last name was Pretty, and the woman that got shot's last name was Good? The names together spell pretty good. Yeah, coincidence? Maybe not. I'm telling you, man, I don't think they're crisis actors. I just think there's a higher realm of control here, like spiritual. Don't you, Alex? Don't you think this is like, I don't think this was planned. I think like at a human level, I think this is other forces making, because,
yeah,
dude, do you agree with me?
Yeah, no, it's like the synchronistic kind of, it's like it's filtering down from like a higher level into, telling things and like giving clues and leaving,
dude, that's how I see it, bro. I know you see it too.
Yeah.
It's like it's manifesting it from the spiritual realm to the third, And of course their names would be pretty good. I mean, dude, it's Kelly Rail, what is it?
Kelly Ray.
Kelly Ray? I can't see that. Is that an exclamation point or an L?
It's in 1982.
Oh, all right. Great show today. Lots of snow here in OK, Oklahoma. Thank you for all you do. Love you big. Continued prayers for you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the prayers. Crazy deal or Crazy D. Hey, David, you're so crazy. Hi.
Crazy, David.
You're so crazy, David. It's crisis. All right. What else?
That's it for today. Yeah.
All right. I appreciate it, folks. I'm out of here. Thanks, Alex. I'll be going live at 2. Thank you, folks. Later. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting.